What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Get Your Teach On the Flip Side podcast, where we are at GYTO Fest 2025 backstage, and we've got another incredible guest on the Flip Side couch, Angie K. Welcome to the Flip Side.
I'm excited I made it to the podcast.
Oh, boy.
Podcast. I'm so excited to have you to the podcast. I told her, I was like, it has to be 15 minutes. I don't know how I'm going to make that happen, but we're gonna try.
Make it happen.
So Wade and I on the stage, we were trying to figure out how many years you've been.
I think you're right. I think it was four.
Four.
Because the first year I was just acoustic, and then I brought the band, and it really has been from the start of my
You were just acoustic
career.
the first year?
Yes, like
Oh. And it was here, right?
it was so early on in my career, and you
No.
were so nice. And then
I do remember.
yeah, and then I came in with the band. I feel like I've grown with you guys year after year.
It really
It's been like
it really has. It's
my
so cool
my
to see.
base point every year. It's
Yeah,
nice.
And then last year, you and Jordan Fisher
That's right.
got to do.
Got to unite.
Which we're about to do some cool stuff for the wedding. There's like a Disney Fairy Tale weddings thing that's happening, and so we're about to get reunited again pretty soon.
Oh
which I'm
my
Oh, you heard it
goodness.
here first, everybody.
Sneak
There it
peek,
is.
I'm
baby.
engaged right now, so it's very
Yeah,
perfect.
makes sense.
Perfect timing.
What an exciting time. Okay, so we're going to dive into some questions, but before we do that, I have a really fun game for you, okay?
Yeah, man.
It's like teacher edition of Urban Dictionary meets like Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
Okay?
Love it.
So I'm going to give you some examples of things that kids are saying in the classroom,
Okay.
and we're going to see if you can guess the
Oh,
meaning
I'm
of
actually
it.
really curious about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I know you're like hip and cool and all the things, so I have a feeling you're gonna ace this. However,
like
I
country
need to like
music.
get back
We're, like,
in middle
behind.
school so that I can get with the trends. My 6-year-old has actually taught me
A little bit.
a lot of these.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so and I'll give you a sentence. Like, if they say no cap, like Miss Garcia's new seating chart is fire, no cap.
Like I'm not lying.
Oh my gosh. Ding,
that
ding,
right?
ding, 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 ding,
Nailed
ding,
it.
ding, ding.
I'm not lying.
Yes.
I'm being serious.
serious,
No cap.
yes.
No cap.
All right. Do the next one.
Which is confusing because you'd think it means like no cap, like there's no stop, like,
Right.
to how high it could go.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's
This is
strange.
actually good for me. I feel like I'm gonna.
I'm
Like,
learning right
really
now.
grow in my
All right.
coolness over the next couple of minutes.
I got one. Okay. It's giving. So, like, that hallway bulletin board is Target.
It's
just
giving Target back
yeah.
to school catalog.
It's like just giving it.
like it's just like another word for like it's like that
Like
bulletin
you're liking
is
it,
like
like an energy.
yeah, like
yeah.
you're there.
That's
You're
giving.
there, like a
Vibe, yeah.
vibe,
Yeah,
an
that's
energy.
giving. Yeah.
I mean, I'm having to read the definition, so
I
don't
am
think that I
also.
know what these words. They're right here on my iPad. Okay,
Oh.
what about this? Is very common. My son has actually taught me this one. Riz, like Mr.
yeah.
King has teacher Riz with that hallway greeting.
that's that swagger, man.
That
That's
swagger, that
swagger.
charisma.
You know who
Charisma,
has
yeah.
that is my drummer. I just feel
Yes,
like she
yes, she
doesn't
does.
really think too hard about it, and
just
everywhere we
happens.
go, they're like, "Who is your drummer?"
If there were the word Riz in the dictionary, your drummer's picture would be
Yeah,
there.
right. Like I mean, she's just cool,
100%.
so
I
balanced.
was watching her, and as you were playing, I was seriously thinking, I was like, she is literally the cool. She's just
With the
cool. Like,
hair.
I want to be
and,
her.
And,
You know what that is? It's years and years of trauma, years of trauma and therapy.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like Riz equals therapy. Like that's what it is.
Hey,
the
I'm a
most
big-
balanced people out
I'm a
there.
big advocate for therapy, so that's perfect. Okay, this one I actually don't even know. Mid, like that assembly today, total mid.
Like not exciting.
yeah. It's
Wow,
average.
I
It's just
knew you
okay.
were so
You're
cool,
so
like-
cool. You've got Riz,
You have
Angie. You got so much
seriously.
Riz.
I think
No
because
cap.
I kind of came up in Atlanta, and I feel like Atlanta, that's where everything starts. Honestly.
Well,
I mean,
that's
it
what I
could.
say about me because we're there too. Okay, bet you know everybody knows
I
what
was
bet
going to
means.
do that one because I knew
Do the
that
next one because I'm curious about this one too. I don't even.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
scared to mess up my
I have to
record.
figure out how to use this in a all right, NPC. So just
NPC.
NPC. So it goes.
Not politically correct.
I mean,
that would
way
be
to
what
use
you
the
would
letters,
think.
but
But
here's
all
the
right, hit
sentence.
sentence.
Go ahead.
He just walked into the room and said hi and walked out. NPC vibes.
NPC.
Oh, this makes sense.
Okay, we're
I
all
don't
gonna
know
learn
this
something
one.
here. Well,
I don't
A non-playable character, so like video gaming.
Oh
so
yeah.
these kids are taking like video games to
That makes sense.
like.
I need to
like
get into
I'm
they're-
so
video
glad we could
games.
teach you something here.
I appreciate it.
NPC.
Would it be a Get Your Teach On conference if I didn't learn something?
Exactly. We have to make sure we were doing our job. Okay. Well, I knew you would crush that, knock that out of the park. I mean, you could be a middle school teacher and they would be obsessed with you. So, maybe that can be, music and then teaching on the side or vice versa.
I would love to do that
What
one
do you
day.
think? What do you think? Okay. So now that we've had a little bit of fun, I want to talk to you about how you even got into music, because I know Wade and I know the story and we know like what really drove you into this industry, and
Right.
I think it's amazing. It's an amazing story. So I want you just to share what got you into music and has allowed you to sustain that for so long.
Yeah, I just when I was 11, my family moved from El Salvador to the United States, and I feel like I kind of felt a little displaced, and I've always been kind of like just a boisterous kid. Like I was happy to be out and loud and laugh hard and all that, and my mom started to see me kind of shy away, so she saved up for a long time to get me a guitar when I told her I was interested in it. And of course I signed up for chorus in middle school, and my chorus teacher was the one that encouraged me to bring the guitar to class, because every once in a while she would have these kind of like open create music days, and they were kind of few and far between, but there would be like a set period of time within the class, create something. And it was such an open space to like do something that I would bring my little guitar and have my little like thing with my friends. And I had this space of like being that kid again. And I feel like that's where I grew to love music. And that's why I think it's so important that we still keep music in schools, because it's not, even if I didn't do this as a career, that was me becoming my own person, my own identity, feeling like I was worth space in the world. And I feel like my chorus teacher gave me that, and I owe her a lot. I mean, I remember when I was in 8th grade, and we had this big Disney field trip, and I wanted to go, but we couldn't afford it. So I wasn't going to go, and I didn't find out this till years later, but she paid out of her own pocket.
Wow.
I still get every single
my
time I get
gosh.
emotional, because it's like, it's not like teachers are rolling in it,
Yeah.
And she paid out of her pocket so I could go. And now it's my voice over the fireworks show
this
every
full
night.
circle.
And I
Aw.
just can't get over how
Gosh.
beautifully poetic that
man.
is. But it's like, it just takes some people to believe in you. And I promise you, I did not see it for what it was at the time. So those of you teaching, it takes time for us to grow up and realize what we've been given. But I think back on those moments all the time.
Do you
all
still
the
have any
time.
contact with her?
I don't. Her name's Miss Sigler, but she's so sweet. I tried to reach out, but it's just so hard because she's not really a Facebook gal. So.
Yeah, I know. That's what
Yeah.
I know about.
It's
you know,
hard.
Because it's like, where else do
Yeah.
you go if
wasn't
they're
a
not on
thing,
Facebook?
you know.
Stop
Bring back the
existing.
MySpace. Bring back the MySpace.
MySpace.
I actually never even heard that
I got
part of your
teary-eyed
story.
from that,
I know.
dadgummit.
I never even heard
I
that
do
part
every
of your
time. It's
story,
kind of
but
wild.
Man,
right?
it's so
Yeah.
special
It
because
shows like
Yeah.
how, and it's what we talk about here so much, is that you've got to see your students as people, as humans, and recognize that yes, we want to educate them. Yes, we want to give them that academic knowledge. That's a piece of it. But really what's going to motivate them is allowing them to develop their passions. And you're a perfect example of that, because, I mean, look at what you've become. Like, look, that is the coolest thing, that she paid for your trip to Disney, and now you're in the fireworks show.
I'm in Disney every night.
Every
That's wild.
night.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
every night. Oh man, that is just. I mean, I have a similar story, and I think that's why I kind of related to that, because same thing. Like, there was a New York field trip. I wasn't able to go. My English teacher, along with some of my friends, they paid for me to, and it's something that you'll never forget. I mean, it's so special.
Yeah. I don't know if we ever told you this. This is totally off the rails, but
Oh,
we were
boy. What is-
literally in
we about
Disney
to-
one night, and we were racing
Oh,
to the
yeah, we
fireworks
did.
show, and we were behind these like 4 teenagers, and they were like racing to get to the fireworks show, and
It's
the
what we say
song
every time.
started, and the 4 teenagers were like, "This slaps every time."
This song slaps every time.
know this. We know this.
Oh yeah, no,
So
Chase
hard.
was there.
Chase
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there too,
yeah.
It
They were running
slaps
through there.
so hard
This
every
song
time.
slaps so hard.
And
Every
we were
time.
just so proud. We were like, "We know this."
Oh my God.
Like, yes, it does.
So
Yes,
happy.
it does.
It was so
Oh, that's
amazing.
funny.
And at the time when I recorded that song, I was like just a broke musician traveling all the time. And like, I remember parking my old little car next to like a Ferrari and a Maserati, walking to Capitol
Hi.
Records. And it was a wild, my voice just suited it well. And Jordan's voice and mine worked so well. So I recorded the demo.
Yeah.
And it was actually, I can't tell too much of the story, but actually they tried to get a lot of really big people to replace me.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, because Jordan's voice is so unique and it fit
Yeah.
mine so well, they were just like, no, we're going to keep it. So
Yeah.
it was truly a happily ever after situation.
That was a
Like,
brilliant decision because that song is iconic.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
I cannot
I
imagine
got bibbidi
anyone
bobbidi
else's
booed.
voice on that
You
song
did get
besides the
bibbidi
two of
bobbidi
you.
Oh.
So you built your career from the ground up, something we were talking about earlier, and even us getting to watch that journey, which is so exciting for us. But as a bilingual artist, which I think is so amazing, and as a woman too in country music, and a creative force, and you write your own songs, and what has that journey taught you about owning your own voice? And I know you talked about feeling out of place and displaced, and what is this whole kind of life that you've lived and this journey that you've walked really taught you about owning who you are and your own voice?
I think growing up, I had teachers that both allowed me to express myself freely and maybe be a little obnoxious, like growing up, and not be super hard on me. And then I had teachers that were super hard on me because they expected more from me. And I feel like the balance of those two things really helped me understand the difference between accepting where you're at, but also expecting excellence from every time you put yourself on the line, whether it's sports, which my coaches were so good about that. They were like, you work hard when it's time to work hard, so when you show up, you can show all the way up. Because otherwise, what's the point? And it's about finding joy in all of it.
Yeah.
And I think putting those two things together throughout my career were everything. And again, when you can look back on your life and be given gifts, because teachers, it's not like your kids are applauding you every day.
Right.
They're just not.
No.
Like, we're kind of snot
yeah.
sometimes, growing up. I remember there was a specific age where I remember feeling like, oh, wow, I was really mean to my parents as a teenager. Like, I remember that occurring to me. And it's like, it's not instant gratification.
Yeah.
But as we grow up and we look back and you receive that gift, it changes you and it changes the way you look at the world. Because instead of looking at the world like you were a victim, you look at the world like, wow, like I was given the chance and I was worthy of this. And I think that's what's led me now in this phase of my life where I'm successful enough to not have to just take any show and be on the grind all the time. I've been able to zoom out and create communities that I think matter. Like I started something called the Country Latin Association. And CMA gave us a stage this year at CMA Fest.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
I had one of the biggest artists in the world, Karin Leon, on the panel. We had Rolling Stone moderate, and it's been like incredible. But all of those things come from a confidence that's really born from that same kid
Yeah.
that brought their little guitar to school.
man.
Right. And that's what kind of the theme of this whole conference, and I didn't even really, it wasn't something that was intentionally planned, but I think it's so powerful. And what I keep reminding teachers, keep planting those seeds. Keep planting
Keep
those seeds
planting
because,
them.
you've spoken so much about your teachers who made such an impact, and, not even being able to have contact with them today because not even being able to locate
Find
them or
them.
find them.
Yeah.
And they may never know who and what you've become. I mean, hopefully they're seeing you, on all the things and on country music charts, and I'm sure that they might even be like, I taught her. But I just think it's so powerful for us to be reminded as teachers, you never know. But you're crediting so many of those seeds that were planted from educators in your life for the success that you found, the joy and the love and the passion that you have for music, because they were willing to plant a seed. And I think that's just so powerful for us to remember as educators.
Yeah, I think almost everybody we've had on this podcast has talked about a teacher who's planted that seed. They know the name. And again, they're all trying to find that teacher because they can't. They can't locate them, but they know their name. They know how they inspired them, how they planted the seed. And I think we've been doing this for so long now that we are seeing our former students grow up.
Yeah.
And they're
starting to see it all, put it all
and
together.
It's so cool.
Know that you didn't have to care that much. Know that
Right.
money doesn't grow on trees and you're putting
Correct.
it into
Yeah.
something that you don't have to put it into. you
Yeah.
know?
So one final question, and then we're going to do just a couple little rapid fire questions. But you performed across the country. You've been doing big things. Like Wade and I feel like almost like a proud, I don't know,
No,
aunt, sister.
exactly. And that's what I was just thinking when you said I don't have to grind as much. And it's like, it is like the journey. And we're like, oh yeah. Even like this time, you were supposed to be in Europe or something.
No,
and we had
I'm going to Italy tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going tomorrow. We had to
Yeah.
figure that out just to make sure. And it was like, oh no, it's fine. You don't have to come. But you made, I don't know. it's a cool feeling. And I know you're kind of sitting in it now, and you're able to see where you're at. And so, yeah, sorry.
So,
Just
but
wanted to-
anyways, I was shouting out all the
appreciate
I'm
amazing
just
things that
so
you
proud. We are
accomplished, but
so proud.
what's one thing that you would say to every teacher who is still chasing impact, even on the hard days? Like, even when it's tough, even when it's, not the easiest route, but you keep grinding, you keep going. What do you say to those teachers just to have that mentality to push through?
I think now that I've gotten into community service a bit, I think my reminder would be you have to take care of you first. Because if you don't take care of you first, you're not going to be able to be your best self and show up. Like, there's too many difficult situations that come up in life for you to be the person you want to be unless you get the sleep you need, say no to things sometimes, and show up better.
I'm receiving that. I'm receiving that right now because I've had very little sleep the past few days. But
You've had more, though, this time.
I have. So see growth.
Yeah.
Growth isn't last national conference. I think I averaged
Trust
2 to 3
that
hours
the
a
world won't
night.
fall apart if you don't say yes to everything. And
Yes.
That part.
That's
Okay.
right. And that's what, it was actually part of the message that I shared this morning is say no so that you can say yes to the things that really matter and do those things well. That's hard to do because we all want to be people pleasers and we all want to make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, you've got to protect your peace, your joy, and be able to show up well for those people in your life. So, Angie, thank you so much for being
know.
here again. Okay, just a couple rapid fire
These are
questions
fun.
just about school. Okay, so Wade, you got to pull these
Wait.
out from your memory.
Okay. Oh, boy.
You can ask her any question. I'm gonna ask. I'll start. You
Okay,
go.
you
I'll come back.
start.
Okay.
Okay.
Favorite school meal?
Oh, okay. These are-
calzone. Done. That was such a quick answer, too.
Calzone?
I haven't thought
Y'all
about
had
that in years.
calzones?
Man,
We had calzones, and they were like, I don't even know if
How
they
did
were
you
real
have
food, but they
calzone?
were delicious, and they
Gotta
were
get you back on
stuffed
full
with
campus so you
pepperoni,
can get
man.
That calzone.
We
Oh,
had
the
something
best.
where I come from called chicken bog.
Chicken bok.
Chicken bog. With
Oh, I was
yeah.
like, it sounds like a karate
The
trick.
best I had was square
It-
pizza. So and
It was
square pizza wrapped in saran wrap like that.
Oh yeah.
square pizza. I like the square pizza, though.
I do
Okay.
too. I love
Favorite game at recess?
Lava, man.
Lava.
Lava.
Floor is lava?
Oh yeah. That, we would
Oh.
play that for hours.
Oh, man. Okay.
I've got so many injuries from that game. I was so stubborn. I was like, I will not lose.
I will not fall.
Yeah,
I
but
will
the
not.
thing is, it was never like stationary log. Like you had obstacle courses.
Yeah.
And you couldn't
What
touch
sports
the
did you
ground.
play?
What I hurt my knee playing was basketball. That was my greatest love.
Yeah.
I just wasn't very good at it. God bless my coach. I think he saw it too. But I was really good at crew, like rowing.
Yeah.
So they kept giving it to, like, I could row for free, even though it was an expensive sport.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated it because it was like, it's kind of like
just-
running.
yeah.
Yeah. There's very monotonous. I mean, there's a beauty to it, but also like,
Sure.
okay, like it's not like you're trying a new trick today, you know? But I had good coaches on that really encouraged me a lot. And it's like, I believe in sports and I believe in music for kids. And I think a lot of times it's undervalued and it's
Absolutely.
like those group skills matter. It mattered
Yep.
figuring out how to
And
respect
a
each
creative
other.
outlet for so
Exactly.
many kids, you know?
Yes.
Not every child thrives on thinking logically and academically, and that is okay. You've got to really expand that creativity, open up opportunity. I think that's one of the most amazing opportunities we get as educators is to help
Yeah.
kids discover their passions. Like that to me is the greatest joy. Favorite subject outside of anything performing arts related?
Mechanics.
Mechanics.
I'm
Mechanics.
still, I was a mechanic before I got my first full-time gig on cruise ships 10 years ago.
Wow.
And I still think today that like that critical thinking skills
Yeah.
is like, it's the joy of the journey. And that's why I think I work so well in country music is because I just end up with all kinds of people from farmers to blue collar workers. And they both all get the same joy of you have a problem, you look at it, you spend a long time looking at it, you scratch your head for a while. And then you go in and you try something, you kick some tires, and then you go back and you look at it again, and you go back in, you know?
Yeah.
And today it's harder to get those skills because now critical thinking is you're trying to find something on a website, click, go back, click, go back, click, go back, click, go back, and you find it. And I've learned so much from some great mentors before me. I'm currently trying to get an airframe and power plant certificate so that I can own my own little Cessna. But my girlfriend says it'll be a while before she flies with me. But
Yeah, whoa. I know. That would be so cool. All right. I got one
always-
more. I got a question.
Okay, go.
I mean, I don't think you would have been like a troublemaker in school, but can you remember a time where you did get in trouble? Like it just sticks out, and what was it?
I will say this story, but I
Or
feel
you
like
or you should have gotten in trouble and you did not.
Oh, there's plenty of those.
When you're
I
in
was
school.
in El Salvador. I just got into stuff. It wasn't like I was bad. I just had so much energy and I had a hard time understanding rules that I didn't understand why they were rules, you know? Like one time, and I feel like this will be split between the people listening to this, whether this is okay or not. But I remember one time there was a ladder going to the top of the school. And I went to a private school in El Salvador where there was armed guards all around the school. It was a very expensive school. There was a lot of, like, for example, one of my first field trips we all had to lay down in the middle because somebody had stopped the bus with an AK-47. Like, it was a very dangerous country. But just to give in perspective, like, why is security so tight? But there was a ladder going up to the roof. And I'm just like, I'm going to go up the ladder. So I go up the ladder, and I'm hanging up there, but then I got kind of scared to get down. So I see somebody walking around the corner, and I'm like, hey, can you hold the ladder so I can get down? Because I've gone up and down ladders all the time with my dad.
Yeah.
And they just freaked out. And I didn't really understand why they freaked out. I'm trying to explain them, just hold the ladder so I can get down. So they freak out. They call my mom. I go to the office. I'm crying because I hate getting in trouble.
How old are you now?
I had to have been, 6,
Yeah.
7.
Oh, wow.
And I get there, and I am just, I'm in a shame spiral. You know what I'm talking about with therapy? I'm in a shame spiral. I'm sad. My mom looks at me, and I know I'm going to get it later. But then she walks into the principal's office. I'll never forget. She goes, the principal says, this is what you did. You got to control your kid, whatever she says. And my mom just lets her finish. She goes, can you explain to me how my daughter got on a ladder on your roof? And I just remember my head going up and being like, yeah. How'd I get up there? And the craziest part is the principal was the vice president of the country at the time. So that was a whole nother detail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say that again. I need to make sure I heard that correctly.
Of my school, my private school at the time,
Vice president
was
of
the vice
the-
president of the country.
Wow.
And my mom just sits there and she goes, honey.
Wow.
Can't be.
Yeah, and then of course I get in the car. My mom's like, "You're gonna get it," but like in that moment, I felt like, but you have to, feeling protected as a child. That's important to remember.
Yeah.
Valuable.
That kids, even when they act like punks,
Yeah.
Yep.
they're scared
That's
and
right.
they're vulnerable and they want
right.
to feel protected. And I had that in that moment, and that was a really beautiful moment for me when I look back on it.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or not, I love my mom.
Well, that's why it's called the flip side. You don't
That's
have
right.
to.
You don't have to.
There's
You
two
can just say what
sides.
you want to
It's fine.
here. 'Cause
Yes.
We're looking at both sides of it.
Look,
Okay.
God, 6-year-old little girl up on top of the roof. I would have freaked out too. I'm like, oh no.
So before we close this out, Angie, obviously tell them where they can find you, but I also want you to share, if you're okay with it, what you were talking about
Yeah,
earlier.
absolutely.
Because I would love for the educators to be able to have that opportunity to reach out to you.
Yeah, so I would go back to my high school all the time. My amazing choir teacher there, Zelda Johns, she invited me to come back and talk to the students there about what's it like being an independent artist. I feel like a lot of people see, the highest of the high, and they see the lowest of the low, but they don't see somebody making a great living, the same living that somebody would be making as a banker,
Right.
as a musician. And it's really possible, and it's really it's the same kind of job as everything else. It's just more fun, So it's like, if it's what you love, I love the ability to be someone in their lives to say, hey, this is what I did, and this is how I
This is how you did
do
it,
it.
yeah.
And it's just about caring about your craft and also considering the service element of it.
Yeah.
And being what people need and showing up professionally. And I love talking about how I've gotten shows and how I worked my way up from bar shows to getting on a TV show, and how I used that to get on a bigger tour, and how I used that to get on something else, and then how I got on cruise ships, how I got on Disney. And those stories aren't easy to find.
Yeah.
So if you are a teacher somewhere, you can find me at official Angie K online. And if you see that I'm going or touring somewhere near your city, DM me, because I check my DMs all the time, and let me know. And if I can, I would love to make it to your city and talk to your chorus or music or art class, and just kind of give them an example of what I do. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Such a lovely human. Oh my gosh.
Well, as long as
busy
you'll
you
keep
are,
coming back,
I mean,
we're
come
gonna
on.
keep having you back, because again,
Yes.
we've enjoyed watching you grow, but also we're just so grateful that you would still continue to take the time for us,
I
even
know.
though you are
That
so
is
busy.
crazy.
Just to come and pour into educators, and they always love seeing you.
They sure
and
do.
You're just,
It's turned up in Dallas,
is.
man.
you know, I
Crazy.
told you,
That's
I
what we
told
said.
you it was
It's-
a wild
it's the
crew.
wild one.
All right, so I'm gonna close it out. But it's a tradition. What I always do is I'll close out the show, thank them for tuning in, and then I'm going to say we'll catch you on and everybody has to say the flip side. Got it? Okay. All right, you guys. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode with the amazing Angie K. We'll see you back for another episode soon. But until then, we'll catch you on the
Flip
Flip
side.
side.
Bye, everybody.